If your Whirlpool washing machine won't agitate or won't spin, or it sounds very weak, or simply fills with water and won't do anything else, let me show you something you should check. So I have it in test mode so we can kind of simulate the issue this one's having. So this is what you're going to hear if your capacitor is usually bad and your machine's trying to agitate. You hear that just very slight hum. If that's the case, usually your capacitor is bad or you have a loose wire. I'm going to show you how to check that. I pop the top on the machine. As you can hear and see, it has no power to do anything without that capacitor. So it won't agitate, it won't spin, it'll only do a few of the things like turn on, lock the lid, but it will not complete or spin the cycle properly. What we're going to do is tilt this washing machine back so we can get up underneath, because the capacitor is directly under the machine. So usually you'll just tip the machine back and kind of get underneath it, but for the sake of the video, I laid this machine all the way down. I usually wouldn't recommend doing this because it could leak water out or do a few things, but this is just for the video. So this is the capacitor right here. It looks like kind of like a big battery. So first we're going to do is remove this little shield here, 2 5/16 screws. We're going to take that off first. All right, so we got our 5/16 bit here. We're going to go ahead and remove this little shield cover, 2 screws on each side, or 1 on each side. Then we're just going to set that over to the side. Now we can kind of get to the capacitor a little better. So as you can see here, you do want to make sure the machine is unplugged, but you're going to disconnect this wire first that goes to the capacitor. And then I have a replacement here. This is kind of what it looks like. There's a little piece on the bottom like this, and you basically have to twist that off so you can get this off. So it's a little weird to do, but I'll show you how I kind of do it. So we're just going to grab this capacitor here, just kind of twist it. It's kind of tight in there, and then it's going to come off. It's just held on by that little piece right there. As you can see here, there's a little square, and this slides in there and then just twists on. I will put a link to one of these in the description if this is the part you need, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you how to test this part. So this is a 45 UF. We're going to grab our multimeter and put it on there and see if this is a good capacitor. So to test the capacitor, this is the setting you're going to put it on, MF. I believe that stands for microfarads. I'm not an expert on multimeters, but that's the setting you need for the capacitor. And you're just going to touch 1 to each side. This one did read bad, so we're going to go ahead and grab the good one, and let's see what that one reads. This one is a 50 UF. The one that came off is a 45 UF. It's not the end of the world. They do kind of swap out. It's still going to work properly. All right, so now we have our other capacitor here. So we're going to touch this to either side and see what it reads. Remember, this one's a 50, so it should be pretty close, and we're 50.4. So that's a good capacitor. So we're going to go ahead and put this one on the machine. I will also link a multimeter in the description if you're looking for one of those, where you can check and test all the things you need to check and test on your machine. So now, just like we pulled the other one off, we're going to put that little cross piece in that square there, and then we're going to twist it on just like that, and it kind of snaps into place. And then we're just going to connect our wires here. Oh, so that's one thing you got to watch out for as well. If you do order a capacitor and the wiring harness is slightly different, what you can do is see how this is slightly different. That doesn't mean you can't use that capacitor. That simply means you can grab a pair of pliers and kind of break this plastic piece off, and it'll still work. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll be right back. So yeah, if you grab a pair of pliers, you can kind of bend that plastic off. Sometimes it's best to order the exact part, but occasionally they're just going to be slightly different. So it's no harm just to pull that off, and then you can connect the wire directly to that. So we're going to go and put this one on, and then we're just going to connect our wire like this. You may have to bend it a little bit. There we go, just like that. Now the machine is going to agitate and spin, and it will have all the power it needs. And this is what it should sound like when it's agitating properly. This machine's a little dirty, but this is what it should look like as well when it's agitating properly. Hopefully that helped you out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to get back with you. And you guys have a great day.